this commissioning ceremony. Thank you all for attending. This is a very important day in a cadet and new lieutenant's life, and I know that Lieutenant Tsai is very happy to have you all here celebrating with her and sharing in this moment with her. The commissioning ceremony is a time-honored tradition that signifies a new officer joining the profession of arms. This ceremony is the visible transformation from cadet to officer. A commissioned officer must administer the oath of office to the new lieutenant and swear them to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. As such, each newly commissioned officer becomes an agent of the executive branch of the government appointed by the President. The pinning of the second lieutenant rank is a visible sign of this appointment and of the commitment made by the officer. As such, please maintain proper decorum and respect as we proceed with the ceremony. It is an absolute honor to be asked to perform any commissioning ceremony, but especially that of a cadet, and of a cadet who I have worked so closely with. As Vivian will come to learn very shortly, being an officer is kind of weird. It's kind of a strange job. You're trying to be a good leader, you're trying to be a good role model, have a positive influence on your mentees, but there's no instant gratification. On any given day, you don't know if it's sticking or if you're even doing a good job. There's no guidebook or mathematical equation to calculate whether you're doing it right or not. And then you get asked to do something like this, and it gives you an opportunity to reflect on your students' growth over the years, to look back and see how far they've come, how much they've matured, and that they've developed into leaders themselves. And you have kind of an aha moment. It's working. I met Vivian several years ago when I took over as OIC of the fencing team. For those of you who are non-military, that is officer in charge of the fencing team. And I knew from the instant that I met Vivian that we were going to get along really well. First of all, we're both saber fencers. Saber fencers are fast-paced, assertive. They are impatient, natural-born leaders. Also, all really good traits for lawyers. I'm a JAG officer, and Vivian is a law and legal studies major, or was at this point. She plans on going to law school and eventually transferring into the JAG Corps. I know that Vivian will make an excellent officer and a lawyer. Earlier this week, I polled some of her team members and asked what did they have to say about Vivian. And somebody said, she's always smiling, and also we can never find her at the airport. And I thought to myself, actually, those are very good traits for a lawyer. As a lawyer, your job is to disagree with everybody, but still try to convince them that you're right. So smiling while disregarding everyone else will come in very handy. All jokes aside, Vivian, you will make an excellent officer because you already are. Vivian is an incredible leader for the fencing team. She's intelligent. She won the Major Lisa Christine Vigna Award from the Law Department. She's hardworking. She's tenacious. All very important characteristics for an officer. But most importantly, she's kind and empathetic. One of the things that she's most proud about is her work that she did at the Hudson Valley Riverbank Historical Site doing restoration work. She's a good listener, and she cares about her people. Vivian, it's been an absolute pleasure working with and getting to know you. I am so excited to see the things that you're going to accomplish in the future, and I am so happy today to be able to call you my peer. We will now proceed with the publishing of the orders. Would Vivian's mom, Samantha Liu, and sister, Christine Tsai, approach to pin the rank? Attention to orders. The President of the United States has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and professional abilities of Vivian Tsai. In view of these qualities and her demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, she is, therefore, promoted in the United States Army to the rank of Second Lieutenant, effective 27 May 2023, by order of the Secretary of the Army, signed Christine E. Warma. Vivian's dad, George Tsai, and family friend, Nina Zimmerman, please approach, and will the flag change out. We will now proceed with the oath of office. Please face me and raise your right hand. I, Vivian Tsai, having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States,
having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States,
in the grade of second lieutenant, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. And now would Cadet Story please come up for the first salute. Lieutenant Tsai will briefly explain the tradition of the first salute and why she has chosen Cadet Story for that honor.
Your first salute as an officer, and Randy and I have been together since plebe year on the policy debate team, and he's one person who, for example, when you go to study abroad, I think you realize who your true friends are, and we've stayed in contact through it all. I really loved our Sunday dinners especially, and then you give them a silver dollar just in things, so thank you, Randy. First, so they're called challenge coins, and essentially in the military you give them as a token of appreciation, and I would like to present Captain Kivas with the class of 2023 coin for everything she's done. She mentioned a lot of it already, but she was my fencing OIC. She has helped me significantly just better understand the JAG, the law department. Anytime I've had a question, she's been there. We had fun little conversations on our long drives during fencing competitions, and so I truly appreciate everything she's done for me, and I look forward to continuing our mentorship far after this. Now for the written little part. It's not too long, I promise. First, I want to thank you all so much for being here with me today. It means a lot to me. I know with all the stress, and it's a lot of long days, so everyone's tired, and I feel like I don't sit enough, so I really hope you know that I appreciate each of you so incredibly much, and I know that I wouldn't be here today without you, so thank you all so much for taking the time, today especially, but throughout my entire journey to be here with me. So if you haven't seen it already, there's this large stained glass window at the front of the Douche Chapel. And whenever I see a stained glass piece, I try to stop and take a moment to appreciate the composition of these small pieces of colored glass and how they work together to form these often mesmerizing and vibrant images. And how, when the light shines through the window, the other side is filled with this almost like kaleidoscope of color. Every experience, every conversation, and every interaction I've had during my time at West Point has offered me perspective, emotion, and insight. And they become another piece of colored glass that, when seen all together, creates the person standing before you today. While I am comprised of all my experiences, conversations, and interactions, I am also a conglomeration of all my relationships. I am a daughter, I am a sister, I'm a mentee, a teammate, and a friend. And on the other side of each of those relationships are the people I care deeply about. On the other side of each of those relationships is all of you. So while every moment in my life can't be a good one per se, you all are my light that shines on the pieces of colored glass that create who I am, filling my heart with an array of color. And there's one person here today that I need to specifically thank, because I believe she does not get nearly enough appreciation for how amazing she is. And that person is my sister, Christine.
Woo!
Since I was young, I've always looked up to her. And then I grew taller, so that stopped. When my sister was applying for colleges, it was never a question of if she would get into an Ivy League. It was more of a question of which she would attend. So the night she got rejected from a few of them, we sat on her bedroom floor, and she comforted me as I cried. Yeah, she comforted me. I asked her if she is so incredibly smart, this straight A student, athletically talented in soccer or track and volleyball, a high performer in her extracurriculars, whether winning competitions in her business club or her math club, a great musician playing cello in the orchestra, all while being this considerate, caring, and kind person, and she wasn't able to get in. What possible luck did I have? Not just for an Ivy League, but to get into college in general. As if she didn't feel bad enough already. I'm sure that really helped her. But given the type of person she is, despite the frustration she must have felt herself, she consoled my fears. She reminded me that we are different people, that we have different strengths, and that, of course, she would help me avoid the same mistakes she made when it was my turn. While we are both incredibly competitive people, when it comes to games, when it comes to life, my sister has always tried to use her knowledge to push me further than she was able to get herself. She's someone I can always rely on to be there for me, no matter what. I will always be thankful for her selfless support, whether it was academic help, life advice, gossiping, traveling to new places, giving me relationship advice, or trying new foods. She continues to inspire me every day through her words, her actions, and her belief in me. And I would not be where I am today, nor the person I am today, without her. Quite simply, my sister is every synonym of incredible, and I only hope that everyone has someone like her in their life. Now, I know that cadets are known for complaining about West Point, so now that I'm officially no longer a cadet, I can say that West Point has given me so much, and I chose to stay when life got hard because I believed that there was nothing out there that could compare to what West Point has to offer me. These last 4 years at West Point have allowed me to take a road trip with a random group of cadets that are now a fantastic group of friends to learn about civil rights, to learn how to fence, study abroad in Austria, which were some of the best months of my life, learn about international law and war crimes in Europe, meet authors and CEOs, sing, albeit poorly, in a choir, teach STEM to middle schoolers, volunteer at the Hudson Valley Riverbank site, present my work at conferences, and so much more. Looking back on everyone I met and everything I did, I could not have asked for anything more. I plan to use everything I've learned, especially these last 4 years, to hopefully impart on the soldiers I lead the same inspiration you all have given to me. With that said, to all the cadets here, take every opportunity you can to experience as much as you can, to meet as many people as you can, And don't rush through things in life, especially your time here at West Point, because it will end soon enough on its own. So once again, I would just like to thank you all so much for coming and for being here with me today. I love you all, and if you could sign the yearbook in the room afterwards, I would really appreciate it. Thank you all. Woo-hoo!
Line up to offer congratulations to Lieutenant Tsai.
I would be remiss if I didn't fill in the blank behind her mention of the Hudson Valley Riverbank Historic Sites. What this young armor officer and future lawyer, and oh, by the way, lots of good lawyers come out of armor, starting with our dean, General Reed. What she did up there, leading multiple teams of cadets from all over, was transformational. So here's some of what she led. The restoration of a trail. And let me give you a little background. This place sits on a bluff overlooking the Hudson River. It has 3 sites that are on the National Historic Register. It has 2 sites that were stops on the Underground Railroad. This young lady and her team made it all better. One recent example. In a single day, they put in 37 steps on a trail. Each step is the size of a railroad tie. One of her other teams that she set up, but she had a conflict. A team of 3 and an officer moved 10 tons of rock onto an erosion prevention site that was down the side of a ravine. They started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and at 10 minutes to 3, they said, you know, cadet side told us to hurry up and do this, sir. At 10 minutes to 3, they were done. That's leadership. That's leadership. That's what this place is. And that's who you all are lucky enough to have. Last thing I will say is the founder of all of that is my fiancée, Susan, right here, who started with $500, no checking account, and an idea, and built something that is now wondrous. And a lot of what you're going to see if you go there is because of this young lady and her leadership. Cannot thank you enough. And I hope you get back one day to see some of what you and your gang of workers did. I love her like one of my own. That's not hard because she's a terrific person and from a terrific family. So with that, yes, I will formally now shut it down because old grads tend to go too far. But I just could not let the mention of that go without filling in the rest of the blank. What she did there with her teams will be present for years to come. Literally. And other cadets and other organizations, by the way, because you started something, want to come there for workshops and do that, following the footsteps of this young lady right here. I'll say it again, that's what leadership in this place is. This is the kind of people that walk around here, and we're lucky to have them. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I will start then. Congratulations. I know. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna stick around though. I'm gonna be around.
That's it. Interview help. Let's roll.
I wish you would have like they don't know like
Yeah.
I wish you would have told us
Operation Riverbank. Top war. Impressive.
Yeah.
Win again? You're a cow too?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's very impressive. Yeah, go Vivi.
We gotta get coach. You gotta get like up there, coach. We gotta get a picture with you. You're a young lieutenant, man. You mentioned her name. First thing here. Oh, yeah. Exactly. We're
Can I get this?
Yeah.
just where we're at.
Yeah, I'll be back around. My mom lives in
Okay.
I'll be back here.
Yeah, I will show you some of our work.
I saw yours.
Shut up. I feel. No. I was and I guess this is goodbye.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Those are options. And those are options.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah. Oh, you guys did a good job. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, the old grand fencing day, man. Yeah, we lived. Yeah. How we did, we don't know, but we
Thank you
did.
for your dedication for GFC.
It's terrific, thank you.
Everything.
Yeah, great daughter. Thank you. So proud of her.
Like this.
Anytime, like I said, happy to show
This is
off.
like a sneaking. Please wear this during the FD and enjoy the FD.
Okay, yeah, man.
Oh, you want to get the
Yeah. Yeah. No, come to here, come see what she is doing. I mean, I got a notebook too. I told them to send something to Boston. Oh yeah, they need extra food.
That sounds like something you would say.
Hey, soup, man. I'm just saying they put in some work, man.
Of course.
Yeah,
lots of pizza.
pizza is a good, yeah, good incentive, you know. Yeah. Oh, sorry, we got.
I'll be there.
We also like the eating sweet.
Oh, yeah, that is awesome.
Closer. Closer.
There's nothing appealing about that pool.
Well, you know, it has that spirit of DTE.
I want to see that one, but I'm not a vet, so I don't need to
Great sister.
They're coming, get more ice.
We're lucky to have each other. So that's found.
You guys have no heat here at all. Now I'm going to tell our fan those. We'll if you cold, you get up
Thank you so much for holding the flags. Well, I see they must be so tired.
We are raised in the Midwest, but we want to go back to the Midwest.
What's different than my day?
All our relatives
What's our team back then?
Over there.
Somebody up there. Give up the ghost.
I just got it 2 days ago. I ran each week last night. I was like, I am wearing this today.
Oh, you should have told much about it. And well
I didn't want to
deserved.
make it about me, though.
Yeah, but you know, well deserved.
Over 20 years. After 20 years.